Good morning, everybody.
USA News, I'm Corey Myers. At least 22 people have been killed, dozens hospitalized after violent storms and large tornadoes tore through the South and Midwest. State leaders there have declared a state of emergency. Arkansas even calling out the National Guard. Little Rock was one of the hardest hit areas. Here's Mayor Frank Scott Jr.
We've all experienced a devastating tornado, which has created a state of emergency for the city of Little Rock, Central Arkansas, and the entire state.
Those storms have now moved into the Northeast. NCAA championship games are set after the Final Four in men's and women's basketball this weekend.
One national semi was tight, one not so much. San Diego State is extending its Cinderella run with a shot at the title. Lamont Butler sank a jumper.
I mean, you can say that for pretty much anyone in the Final Four. Those were Cinderella runs. Like, no one expected that to be what the Final Four was going to be. Everyone expected Alabama to win the national championship. They didn't win the national championship. Then everyone expected Purdue to win the national championship. They got eliminated.
So March Madness is over?
March Madness is over tonight and tomorrow. The national championship for the women is tonight. The national championship for the men is tomorrow. I'll be talking about that.
Basketball title after both teams advanced Friday. LSU used a 22-3 run in the fourth quarter to top Virginia Tech 79-72. The other game saw Iowa's Caitlin Clark continue her incredible postseason, scoring 41 points to hand defending national champion South Carolina their first loss of the season, 77-73. I'm Karen Sloan.
Go UConn. This is USA News.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You can save when you bundle your motorcycles,
UConn, I didn't think
ATVs,
UConn
boats, and
was in
RVs.
it.
On the men's side, they made the national
The
championship.
sound of the wind in the trees as your RV sits parked in
They
the
did.
forest.
They made the national championship.
Is that the call of the majestic owl? And there's the sound of the tree branch crashing into the roof of your RV. Oof, I guess their nest was in that branch. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with a multi-policy discount. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers.
Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229. 800-734-1229.
Millions of Americans are at risk of losing their Medicaid coverage.
The reality will hit home first for residents in Arizona, Arkansas, Idaho, New Hampshire, and South Dakota. Those are the first 5 states who will begin dropping people from the Medicaid rolls as early as this month. Medicaid enrollment skyrocketed since March 2020. That's when lawmakers passed the Families First Coronavirus Response Act, which prevented states from involuntarily removing anyone from coverage. 14 more states will begin dropping people in May and 20 additional states in June. All states must complete their redeterminations of Medicaid eligibility over the next 14 months. I'm John Schaefer.
The shape of a person's heart could indicate future cardiac disease. That's according to a new study from Stanford University in California. A heart that has a more spherical, round shape could have a 47% higher likelihood of developing cardiomyopathy, which is a disease of the heart muscle that makes it harder for the heart to pump blood to the rest of the body. Cinnamon, a goat, and Felix, a 1-year-old bulldog mix, are bonded. Best friends, in fact. They eat together, play, sleep, all the friend things. And they were dropped at an animal shelter in North Carolina, needing a forever home. Thankfully, a local foster family with a small herd of goats and grassy pastures for dogs agreed to take both Cinnamon and Felix in. I'm Corey Myers, USA News.
That's a nice story.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Come on. Play.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
We ready?
What's happening in
Make sure you
Middleboro?
congratulate all the people who won.
Yes.
It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review.
Be a good idea to congratulate all the people who ran.
Stay tuned for news. Middleboro news here on AM.
Everyone who won, to everyone who ran,
Hey,
all the
Joey,
poll workers.
what's happening?
And good morning and welcome to Middleboro in Review. I'm Joey Driscoll. It is April 2nd, 2023. It is Sunday. It is the Sunday after the Middleboro town elections. We're going to be getting to some results in just a few minutes. I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone who ran and everyone who won their respective elections. The poll workers as well, and just everyone involved in yesterday. Don, good morning.
Good morning, Joey. How you doing?
How are you this morning?
Not bad, not bad. Nice Sunday, beautiful Sunday morning.
It is a beautiful Sunday.
It's not too, a little chilly, but not that chilly. April 2nd. So we made it out of March. So a lot of people think when you get out of March, winter's pretty much over. But,
Not as yesterday kind of indicated to us rain-wise. Cold rain yesterday or last night.
Yeah.
We were driving in it, so we know it was raining pretty heavy.
Yeah, well, where we were, it was a disturbance. I never seen. It's funny. Sometimes you get light shows with lightning.
Yeah.
And last night we were out actually. Bennington, Vermont.
Yeah, we were in Brattleboro.
Brattleboro, yeah.
We were in Brattleboro and in the New Hampshire area as well.
Yeah,
New Hampshire as well.
Yeah, over near Greenfield, and we went out there, and we were driving home, and it was a crazy storm went through, and it's such a lights show. So it was so beautiful, actually. Even after the rain went through, of course, it's really dark. It's hard to drive in the rain. When it's pouring.
It is.
But the light show coming home was really nice, heading east.
Okay, our weather. We have 75 degrees in Driscoll, Texas. Cloudy skies, a high of 91 today. It's supposed to be sunny today. 94 tomorrow. 71 for the low tomorrow night. And on Tuesday, 96 degrees.
In
Driscoll, Texas. And then the sun disappears a little bit after that in Driscoll, Texas. A couple days of rain. All right, Middleboro. 44 degrees, mostly sunny skies. It will be mostly sunny skies when the sun appears. And I don't believe the sun has completed its sunrise. Well, it might have. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely light out. I just don't know if the sun has completed.
Well, the sun's still waking up.
I don't know if it has completed its sunrise yet. That's what I'll say there.
I say the sun's hitting the snooze button at this point.
Exactly. Exactly. 49 today, 53 tomorrow, and 65 on Tuesday in Middleboro. So it's warming up pretty quickly. I think we're done with the snow, Don. I know that you were predicting some snow. I want to throw you under the bus. I know you were predicting some snow. Oh, we're gonna get something at the end of April, middle of April. I don't think so.
Everyone who's lived in 1997 remembers the April 1st storm.
Yeah.
It was over 2.5 feet of snow, and it came out of nowhere. It melted, but that was the April 1997. A lot of people remember that snowstorm. So it's not unheard of to have.
It is not.
Snow.
It definitely isn't. No.
Just a freak thing. I mean,
I agree.
It goes away, but we could have some. Early April could still be a little chill. Bone chilling around here. It's a little chilly now. I mean,
Tuesday is going to be nice. 65 degrees. It's going to be very nice.
Oh, well, that's
It'll be
good.
a beautiful day. Taunton, 45 degrees, a high of 49 today, low of 24 tonight. So we've got still some cold nights coming our way. Well, not as cold as, what's going to probably be tonight, but we got some cold nights still. As we move into April. So it's 27 degrees in Driscoll, North Dakota. Cloudy skies, a high of 36, a low of 19. Still pretty cold, a high of 19 on Wednesday in April with a low of 6. So still very cold in Driscoll, North Dakota as we are in early spring. There.
I remember one year it was almost below zero on April 1st. This is years ago. You figure you're all done plugging in the trucks and everything as far as when you park diesels outside, you usually plug them in to warm the heaters up, but everyone's thinking we don't need to waste the electricity to plug it in the trucks at night so that it starts. So the one day you don't plug it in, the next day it's like 10 degrees out and the trucks don't start.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Williams Trading Post. They are now open. They opened on April the 1st, so they opened yesterday. They're open until about June 30th for the spring season. They're open Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Thursday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you can give them a call, 508-947-1598 as well. We'll have an ad for them. They have renewed with us for another season of sponsoring here on Middleboro Review.
Isn't this year 5? Season 5?
I think so. Yeah, I think
wow.
So. We will have a, this is year 4. Because
it's year 4, but
this is year 4.
Season 5.
Season 5, yeah. So we'll have an ad for them for next Sunday.
It just
goes
to show.
Give a shout out there.
It just goes to show an institution like Williams Trading Post has been around forever, part of the community, and I think everyone's over the years has had stories about going there. Even the Miller Street Bondman, when we had them on 3 years ago, I think all the 3 members who came in all got their Christmas trees at Williams Trading Post, so it's a family tradition, especially around Christmas. Probably that's probably why they do probably such a good business for trees. But it's we've been they've been around it'd be 72 years or 71 years for them. Maybe
72, I believe.
72, and we've been part of 5 of it.
Yeah.
As far as the show's concerned,
5 seasons of it.
Yeah, no way, 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
And going into season number 5, so it goes to show how quick time goes by.
Yep.
And just like every town has its institutions, every town has its businesses that's been here for a long time, and they're just part of the fabric of Middleboro and the surrounding areas. And there's places I just go, I would never, there's places I go that I would not go anywhere else. They won my business for years. I've gone to places for years and years and years and years. They win your loyalty, they win your trust, and it's important. And that's and for me, as somebody who owns a business and really helps run a business, it's important to me to have those values, to have the staying power of keeping me as a customer, because I'm not really, me, Joe, right?
Yes.
I can get it.
Real quick, I want to mention that we have open lines today, 508-822-1106, if you want to call in. Talk about what is on your mind this morning on this beautiful April 2nd Sunday morning day. Are you gonna be watching the women's NCAA March Madness final this afternoon, or this evening, or whenever it is. I think it's this evening. We'll get to that. We'll be speaking about that shortly. But that's coming up tonight. It is LSU versus Iowa. Should be a really good matchup. The national championship should be a very good matchup indeed. I just want to mention this event coming up as well. Due to the current weather forecast, and this was for yesterday, the Easter egg drop in Taunton has been postponed to this Sunday, today, April 2nd, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at Hopewell Park in Taunton. Bring the whole family to the Easter egg drop. It is a free event with an egg hunt and family activities for kids up to 12 years of age. Don't miss the fun as eggs are dropped from a helicopter. I'm going to repeat that. Don't miss the fun as eggs are dropped from a helicopter. I don't know what that entails, but that sounds pretty cool.
and also, Joey, I wonder how many people got pranked. Yesterday was April Fool's Day.
Yes,
so does anybody have any stories of
an
April Fool's joke that's got them or caught them off guard? Or what's the best April Fool's joke you could do to somebody? That's something I was wondering. I've never really been a jokester as far as doing practical jokes, but there's people out there who just love doing practical jokes. There's band members that we followed that when they were cutting an album and they were just doing practical jokes on everybody. They did something. There was a guy named Vinny Appice. He was a drummer, and he I guess he went to put his blow dryer on, and then I think Tony Geezer and Ronnie put some talcum powder in his blow dryer, so he went to blow his hair, and the talcum powder went on his face.
Yep, and then there was Ozzy, Iommi, and Geezer. It was either them terrifying Bill Ward or one of the other members of the band as well was absolutely terrified. They were doing an album in this haunted place.
No, what I'm trying to say is just April Fools people come out with their creative little tricks of the trade, but there's people out there who just do it all the time. It's the whole open the door and the bucket falls on your head with confetti.
Exactly, yeah.
Or crazy. But some people can get a little sick about it too.
Yeah.
I mean, calling up and saying a loved one has disappeared or something and scaring people.
Yeah.
So some people take it, it's supposed to be for fun. It's supposed to be, slapstick comedy.
I'm sure that has happened. And yes, so if you were planning on doing any April Fools, just don't go overboard, that's all.
No.
Don't go overboard with any April Fools jokes.
Some people do, though.
Yes.
Some people have twisted personalities, and they take things too far. But I never really got April Fool joke, but it's funny, too. I'm just curious to some stories out there. If there's any stories out there, anyone listening, of an April Fool joke that really caught you off guard, that was a fun one, not...
A fun one, yes.
Yeah,
a fun one.
Not sadistic or...
No, a fun one.
I don't want to hear that, but you can give us a call.
508-822-1106.
One more time with that number, Joe.
508-822-1106 is the number.
Right.
Let me finish up this little thing I was doing before here. For this Easter egg hunt, you must have a candy bag. You must be present... you must be present to obtain a candy bag. That's what I mean. Visit cccfamily.com. Again, that's cccfamily.com/upcoming events for more information about this Easter egg drop that will take place this afternoon. It is 7:21. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will have Easter. Not Easter. Easter's coming. We will have election results.
Easter elections.
I think
results.
Is it Easter next weekend?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna be talking about that as well. Coming up, there is election results to talk about, so we'll be talking about that in just a few minutes. I'm Joey Driscoll. This is Middleboro in Review on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM, WVBF. We will be right back. There we go.
I thought you were done with. I'm sorry. I thought you were done with that.
Okay. It's okay. No problem. No problem at all.
You gotta mention it one more time on your show.
What? Yeah, I'm gonna mention the Easter egg hunt right before we do the Today in Histories.
What's that?
I'm gonna mention that Easter egg hunt again right before we do the Today in Histories,
Yeah.
which will be coming up at the end of the show. Man, here we go. Alright, let me get these things up here. The election results up.
Repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You should reach them.
Voter information.
$14.95. They're open Monday.
Election information. Election results.
8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be
Town election.
508-583-1495.
That one isn't up. Okay. 152.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches.
Mind if I borrow your phone?
Who ride motorcycles as a hobby.
Because they're gonna be on Facebook instead.
What's that?
They're gonna be on Facebook instead.
Care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance.
Yeah, because they're gonna be on Facebook instead.
Results?
Yeah.
All 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a non-profit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Small print, of course. I get to squint my eyes to figure out how to read this.
Can you Great. Up?
Your host for Medicare Moment with Micah.
Yeah.
Each week,
no official results on the computer?
On health,
I don't see them.
And lifestyle issues that affect you and your family.
I don't see them, and I don't know where to look. I looked where they would usually be, and
maybe they haven't posted them yet.
Yeah.
So but
I looked where they would usually be, and they're not
how
there.
Social media
So
beats everyone to the punch.
Yeah. So Facebook, it's already on Facebook. It's already been on Facebook.
I thought it was on since last night.
Probably since last night. So.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin.
Okay, see if I can read this. Unofficial.
Unofficial?
Unofficial.
Why is it unofficial?
Because that's how it is. It's unofficial. It's from the town of Middleboro. It's unofficial. Unofficial results.
It's not from the town of Middleboro.
It is the town of Middleboro. It's from the town of Middleboro. Yes, it is.
Then it's official. If it's come from the town.
It's official, unofficial results. That's what it is. That's what it says on the thing.
Okay.
It says unofficial results. So I will say it. These are the unofficial, official results.
You know what? But you know why they say. I'm just curious why they say it. I think they.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it says here unofficial results.
Because it's through a Facebook platform, and I guess what they have to do
exactly
is they got to put it through their.
They have to put it on the website.
They have to put it on their.
They have to put it on the website. So unofficial results right now.
Official, unofficial.
Official, unofficial.
Unofficial. Oh, you got to tell
exactly.
them. Yeah. That must be the reason why.
It must be.
Because it's not.
It must be the only reason why.
Yeah.
Okay. Your mic. Turn that back up.
You sure that's a good idea?
What?
You sure that's a good idea?
What? Saying...
Turn my mic up?
I hope so. Alright. That's all the way up. 10 seconds. Okay. Hopefully I can read these good. 3, 2, and 1. And we're back here on Middleboro in Review. It is 7:26 a.m. and we have official results for the election from yesterday. And I say official because these results come from town sources, official town sources, but they are online, not on the website yet.
Not under the flag.
Not under the website.
Yeah.
As far as I know, they're not under the website.
Town, I guess with the town stamp.
Yeah.
Or whatever, the town website with the town logo and
yeah.
the
so
official.
These are unofficial results.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
It does not, no. But
that's what it says, right?
Yes, it does. Okay. So here is what the results say. Select board for 3 years. Vote for 2. Nathan P. Demers. Precinct 1, 102. Precinct 2, 70. Precinct 3, 82. Precinct 4, 61. Precinct 5, 83. Precinct 6, 103. And Precinct 7, 90. For a total of 591 votes. Mark A. Germain. Precinct 1, 205. Precinct 2, 90. Precinct 3, 127. Precinct 4, 62. Precinct 5, 144. Precinct 6, 119. Precinct 7, 154. For a total of 901 votes. And Thomas White. Precinct 1, 189 votes. Precinct 2, 82 votes. Precinct 3, 128 votes. Precinct 4, 77 votes. Precinct 5, 107 votes. Precinct 6, 127 votes. And Precinct 7, 146 votes. For a total of 856 votes, which means the top 2 votes, the top 2 vote getters are Thomas White and Mark Germain. Gas and Electric Commissioners for 3 years. Ellen M. Farley. Precinct 1, 211. Precinct 2, 110. Precinct 3, 148. Precinct 4, 92. Precinct 5, 139. Precinct 6, 164. Precinct 7, 153. And a total of 1,017. School Committee for 3 years. Vote for 2. Jessica Ray Chardoff. Precinct 1, 153. Precinct 2, 82. Precinct 3, 91. Precinct 4, 75. Precinct 5, 97. Precinct 6, 123. Precinct 7, 136. 757 total. Alan J. Frawley, 181, Precinct 1, 181, Precinct 2, 104, Precinct 3, 114, Precinct 4, 92, Precinct 5, 135, Precinct 6, 134, Precinct 7, 156, a total of 916. And Eric Machado, Precinct 1, 137, Precinct 2, 68, Precinct 3, 118, Precinct 4, 38, Precinct 5, 109, Precinct 6, 108, and Precinct 7, 111. Alan Frawley, 916 total votes. Jessica Chardoff, 757 total votes. And Eric Machado, 689 total votes, which means in that particular race, the School Committee for 3 years race, Jessica Chardoff and Alan Frawley won that. School Committee for unexpired term to 2025, vote for 1. Christopher W. Benson, 168 for Precinct 1. Precinct 2, 78. Precinct 3, 137. Precinct 4, 66. Precinct 5, 135. Precinct 6, 123. Precinct 7 of 150. And 857 total votes. And Nicholas A. O'Rourke, 78 in Precinct 1, 47 in Precinct 2, 40 in Precinct 3, 39 in Precinct 4, 49 in Precinct 5, Precinct 6, 63, and Precinct 7, 66, 382 total votes. The winner of that particular race, Christopher W. Benson. Board of Assessors for 3 years. Vote for 1, Paula M. Burdick. 206 for Precinct 1, 104 for Precinct 2, 129 for Precinct 3, 91 for Precinct 4, 130 for Precinct 5, 157 for Precinct 6, and Precinct 7 of 147, 964 total votes for Paula Burdick. And she wins that one. Finance Committee for 3 years. Vote for 3, Ryan Matthew Downey, 186 in Precinct 1, 96 in Precinct 2, Precinct 3 of 123, Precinct 4 of 78, Precinct 5, 127, Precinct 6, 145, and Precinct 7, 153, 908 total votes. Alan R. Kirshner, 183 in Precinct 1, 97 in Precinct 2, 126 in Precinct 3, Precinct 4 of 78, Precinct 5, 129, Precinct 6, 147, and Precinct 7, 157. 917 total votes. And Matthew D. Phillips, 199 in Precinct 1, 95 in Precinct 2, Precinct 3, 125, Precinct 4, 79, Precinct 5, 125, Precinct 6, 143, and Precinct 7, 156. 922 total votes. And the rest of these are uncontested races, and I'm just going to go and do the total on the other ones. 974 total votes for John F. Haley. Park Commissioners for 3 years, Judith A. Bigelow Costa, 981 total votes. Don Marianne Savary, 952 total votes. Housing Authority, Scott McDonald Bernard, 952 total votes. Housing Authority, for an unexpired term to 2024, Joseph T. Mendel, 966 total votes. So, yeah. That is all the election results right there.
That's the skinny on that, right?
That's the skinny. I pretty much did. I kind of, for most of those races, I broke them down precinct by precinct, but there was a couple more to go, and it's going to take a little bit. So for the rest of them, I
think you got the gist of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just did the rest of them just a total votes.
Right.
But
we voted. We voted at Precinct 5, right, Joey?
Yes, we did.
And we're talking to all the volunteers, and we thanked the volunteers. And they were all so nice. They start at 5. Yeah. It's an early day.
Yeah, so it is.
We're going to give a shout-out to our precinct workers anyway. All of them, anyway.
All of them.
But,
yeah.
You know, it's, and they're all smiling and happy to be there and volunteer. And it says a lot when somebody will volunteer their time for the community.
Yes, it does.
And selfless act, and we wouldn't have elections without them.
Yeah,
we wouldn't have democracy would, without these people stepping up to the plate. I think we would, things wouldn't run smoothly, and things went pretty smoothly.
Again, if you want to call in, 508-822-1106 is the number, and let's move on to sports. So, first thing on the agenda is NCAA tournament. The finals have been determined. Who will be facing off in the championship games have been determined. On the men's side, The Connecticut Huskies defeated the Miami Hurricanes 72-59. And San Diego State defeated Florida Atlantic in the Final Four. And in the NCAA Tournament Championship, which will take place tomorrow on the men's side at 9:20 p.m. And that game will be San Diego State, the San Diego State Aztecs versus the Connecticut Huskies, number 4 UConn. It's going to be a big matchup there. On the women's side, the national championship game will take place this afternoon at 3:30. Number 3 LSU Tigers and number 2 Iowa Hawkeyes. Huge matchup. Pretty surprising matchup as well as a big upset in the Final Four. Iowa was able to upset South Carolina. And we get this matchup. That's a huge upset for Iowa. Defeating a team that has not been defeated up to that point in South Carolina. So it's going to be a huge matchup, LSU and Iowa. Great players on both sides, coached by two great coaches as well. Going to be a fun matchup this afternoon. The Bruins picked up the win once again. They are 1 win away from win number 60 on the year. They are now 59-12-5 after a 4-3 win against the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Celtics, their next game will take place. They won on Friday, 122-114 in a game where Don, one of our friends, was at said Celtics game. The Celtics versus the Jazz.
Oh, Kevin, yeah.
Yeah, our friend Kevin, who we've had on the show. By the way, we had him on Christmas Day a couple months ago. He went to the Jazz game, Jazz-Celtics game, and the Celtics picked up the victory in that game. The Celtics begin the month of April on Tuesday. They will take on the 76ers as well, so that should be a good matchup. Full-time draw yesterday for the Revolution. They played to a draw against New York City FC, which is impressive. An impressive victory. Of course, I'm sure New England Revolution fans would have liked to see them pick up the points, pick up the victories, pick up the victory, and pick up the full points. But a draw is also, I think, a acceptable result when it comes to New York City FC. New York City FC is a good team. But let's see what will happen the next 2 Saturdays. Hopefully, these next 2 Saturdays, the New England Revolution could pick up some huge victories against Montreal and against Columbus over the next 2 weeks to make up for that draw for yesterday. And finally, WrestleMania 39 got underway last night from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. I am a huge wrestling fan. I think I've mentioned this a few times on my show, that I am a huge wrestling fan. And in night 1 of WrestleMania, a huge event. It used to be 1 night, now it's 2 nights. So there's going to be another night tonight. 80,000 plus people were in SoFi Stadium. So that is a huge attendance for that event. And the results from yesterday were as follows. Austin Theory, who is the United States champion, retained his championship against John Cena. the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, in a men's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way match, picked up the victory. They defeated Braun Strowman and Ricochet, Alpha Academy, which is Chad Gable and Otis, and the Viking Raiders, which is Eric and Ivar. They won that match. Good matchup, too. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. A win for Seth Rollins. Really good matchup as well. WWE Hall of Famers Trish Stratus and Lita teamed with Becky Lynch to defeat Damage Control, which is Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. Really good matchup there. A matchup I was looking forward to, and it definitely did not disappoint. It delivered, which was Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Fun matchup. Rey Mysterio picking up the victory. Of course, Rey Mysterio, for the wrestling fans who were watching Friday, went into the WWE Hall of Fame as well. So a big weekend for Rey Mysterio. Rhea Ripley defeated Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title. Pat McAfee defeated The Miz in an impromptu matchup. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in the main event of Night 1 defeated the Usos. And the Usos are no longer champions after 622 days as champion. Fantastic matchup. Definitely the match to end the night on, for sure. I think that was one of the best matchups of Night 1. Tonight, there'll be 6 matches, possibly 7. There are some rumors that a 7th match will be added. There were 8 matches last night, but there's a possibility of a 7th match being added tonight. Right now, there are 6. But the 6 matches are Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, and they'll be taking on Natalya and Shotzi, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville in a women's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way tag team match. Gunther will take on Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in a triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship, which I've heard from a lot of people, a lot of wrestling fans, that is probably going to be the match of the entire WrestleMania, other than, of course, the main event last night, which definitely stole the show. I think that was definitely a great main event for Night 1, but this was another match that I think a lot of people are going to be really excited for, and a lot of people are saying might steal the show as well. Great matchup there. Edge versus Finn Balor. That's going to be a good matchup. Brock Lesnar versus Omos. That's going to be a good matchup as well. Bianca Belair will defend her Raw Women's Championship against Asuka. And in the main event of the entire WrestleMania and of Night 2, Roman Reigns will take on the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Of course, Cody Rhodes is the son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. So that should be a fun matchup there. Alright, and that will do it for our sports. When we come back, I'm going to take another commercial break. When we come back, we are going to do some transportation talk. Right, Tom?
Yeah, well, on Thursday you mentioned the new GM, general manager for the MBTA.
Yes.
And I liked his credentials that he had. I had something to say on the air, but
he has a lot of great credentials.
Yeah, talking on the phone. Get a truck is a tough thing to do.
It is, yes. So we'll talk about that as well, and sure we might have some other things to talk about as well. Maybe we'll have some things to talk about South Coast Rail, as well as, again, we're in the month of April, and we're 8 months away from South Coast Rail and its opening target date. So we'll be talking about that as well. And we'll have the Today in Histories as well. I'm going to mention again, towards the end of the show, the Easter egg hunt as well for Taunton. I mentioned that earlier on the show. I'm going to mention again towards the end of the show as well. So stay tuned for that. I'm Joey Driscoll. I'm joined by Don. And this is Middleboro in Review. And we will be right back here on WVBF 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. One. Oh, come on.
Attention high school sports fans. Are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Massachusetts needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
St. Vincent de Paul of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Our base of operations is in the lower level of the parish hall on Oak Street, directly across the street from Sacred Heart Church in downtown Middleboro. At this time, we serve approximately 500 families in our service area, and many of them come to us for various types of aid. This can take many forms and include many of the following programs: utilities and rent assistance, agency referrals, clothing and furniture vouchers, and temporary lodging. For more information, go to svbbmiddleboro.org. May the good Lord bless you and keep you safe.
152.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle
Okay.
Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States
MBTA.
Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed
I don't know if I want to talk about. Might do it next week. I don't know if I want to talk about the all the work that's being scheduled for April.
I wouldn't. I mean, I want to touch on the new GM. So we'll talk about that.
I'll just do that next week.
Yeah.
I'll do that next week. Talk about the. I want to mention South Coast Rail. Do one more commercial here while I get the South Coast Rail stuff up. Oh, come on. Come on, work. There we go. Alright, I'll get the South Coast Rail stuff up there.
WVBF is your hometown radio station.
South Coast Rail.
What you like to do to support people in your hometown
Alright.
is to run community announcements.
Yeah, South Coast
If you
Rail.
belong to a nonprofit group or organization,
South Coast Rail activity.
send your community announcements along to our email
Finish
address.
this. And then go to the Easter egg drop again. I'm going to mention that real fast coming out of the break. I say I would mention that again, so I'm going to mention that again before we get off the air with Middleboro in Review. Just might as well just mention it now because
Yeah, without interruptions.
without any interruptions.
Sorry about that. I thought you would do.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Probably gonna mention it one more time during the day too. Anyway, so probably coming out of Keys of the not Keys of the Kingdom. Coming out of Medicare Mobile with Martha, and then coming out of the break with before Musical Odyssey. That's what I mean. All right, so let's talk about Philip Yang. Philip Yang.
Well, you're gonna talk about the Easter egg first, right?
Philip Yang. What?
Do the Easter egg first, right?
Yes. All right, 3, 2, 1, 0, and we're back here on Middleboro in Review. I'm Joey Driscoll, joined by Don, as always. All right. Due to yesterday's weather forecast, the Easter egg drop in Taunton was postponed yesterday and has been postponed to today, April 2nd, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at Hopewell Park in Taunton. Bring the whole family to the Easter egg drop. It is a free event with an Easter egg, with an egg hunt, and the family activities for kids up to 12 years of age. Don't miss the fun as eggs are dropped from a helicopter. I'm going to repeat that. Don't miss the fun as eggs are dropped from a helicopter. That's pretty cool stuff right there. You must be present to obtain a candy bag. Visit cccfamily.com/upcoming events for more info. All right, that is that. All right, Don, you wanted to talk about the new NBA, MBTA. There we go. The new MBTA.
NBA. Yeah.
By the way, in the NHL and NCAA, the NHL Players Association president is now Marty Walsh, and the NCAA president is now Charlie Baker. Very interesting stuff.
It's funny too because they used to go on the radio. They used to go on the radio together, and they were like, they had like a clip that they went, they were like weren't talking to each other, and they was playing a song by what's his name. It was the cutest little bit they did between Marty and Charlie Baker. It was "Hello" by Lionel Richie. You know what I mean? and he's looking at their phones. No missed calls. And then they show Marty and they show back and forth. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. But those guys got together a lot on his radio show, and it would be funny if they ever bumped into each other again. It's funny how they're doing sports now.
And it's a possibility.
It's
definitely now a possibility because NCAA, they don't just do basketball or football. They do hockey. They do everything. So it's definitely a possibility.
They're both good guys, so I wish the best of luck to both of them. And it's funny too because one was a Democrat, one was a Republican, but they seem to work together. They seem to have a common. And I kind of miss that a little bit, but the
new NBTA general manager.
I gotta give the new governor we're here. She hired this guy, right?
Yes,
she's the one.
Yeah.
This guy, you know what? You said Long Island Railroad. This guy comes from MTA. Yes. Long Island Railroad is no joke.
It's not.
It's no joke. They are a well-oiled machine, as far as I can tell. The few times I've rode it. And I read a lot about rail, and I watch a lot of videos about the, especially Long Island Railroad. I'm trying to learn that. To have him, that general manager, come in from that background might really help us a little bit because he's going to look at things differently. For instance, the Long Island Railroad runs third rail on the commuter lines. Okay, it's not necessarily all fenced in at the crossings. There are gate crossings along the right of way that have third rail on it. So it seems like over here everything's bubble wrapped and everything has to be fenced in and it's dangerous. And of course it's dangerous. You can't play on the tracks. Yeah, you have to educate people to stay off the tracks. but you're not going to have a robust transit service because of that. So they run third rail right through the neighborhoods, they have grade crossings with third rail, and third rail seems to work good for them. I mean, you want to get away from the diesels and the fossil fuel, you got to have catenary wires are really expensive to put up, and they don't look too well. If you look at the Northeast Corridor and you look at all the catenary wires that are running down, it's a massive infrastructure. It's all metal. It's all connected. I like it because I think infrastructure is cool, but it's kind of an eyesore. But third rail isn't.
Yeah. So we'll be talking about this in the coming weeks as well. Philip Ang being the new MBTA general manager. But
are you gonna try to get a hold of him?
Yeah.
You gonna try calling his office and get him on the show?
Yes, in the not so distant future. Yes.
How are you gonna do that?
Soon.
Telephone? Soon.
Yeah. Probably be by telephone interview.
Not smoke signals, but telephone, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Our today in history. We have a couple. 1513, having spotted land on March the 27th, Spanish explorer Juan Ponce de Leon comes ashore on what is now the U.S. state of Florida, landing somewhere between the modern city of St. Augustine and the mouth of the St. Johns River. 1917, Americans' entry into World War I, President Wilson asks the U.S. Congress for a declaration of war on Germany. And in 1982, Don, you'll find this one interesting. 1982, the Falklands War. Argentina invades the Falkland Islands.
The Malvinas.
All right, we have a couple of birthdays. 1896, Johnny Golden, American golfer. 1939, Marvin Gaye, American singer-songwriter. 1953, Rosemary Bryant Mariner, U.S. Navy navigator, an American pilot, and one of the first 6 women to earn their wings as a U.S. naval aviator in 1974. She was the first female military pilot to fly a tactical jet and the first to achieve command of an operational aviation squadron. Passings on this day, 1872, Samuel Morse, American painter and academic, invented Morse code. Very important invention. 2005, Pope John Paul II passed away. And in 2010, American wrestler Chris Kanyon passed away. All right, that'll do it for today's Middleboro in Review. I'm Joe Driscoll. I'm joined by Don. We'll be back next week, the 9th of April, 2023. We'll have a lot of great things to talk about.
And Easter. Isn't Easter next Sunday?
I believe so.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about the Herring Festival coming up, but we'll be talking about other events coming up as well in Middleboro. And whatever else is on the docket as well. MBTA, Amtrak, anything that we think of during the week this week. But I'll be back on the air once again on Thursday. And again, another edition of Middleboro in Review next Sunday. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your week.
Have a great week, everybody.
I gotta grab my stuff before you leave here. Oh, yeah, you did? Okay. Cool. 3, 2, 1, and 0. Bye-bye, everybody.